So you've tried diet after diet with little to no success? And if you did lose the weight, you failed to keep it off? You are not alone, and neither are the millions of other people who suffer from obesity. We are now going to introduce you to a treatment that will not only solve your weight loss problems, but will do so using an all-natural product called HCG, or human chorionic gonadotropin. Sound too good to be true? Don't worry. Your skepticism is to be expected. After all, most people suffering from obesity see significant weight loss as a hopeless prospect without extreme, expensive, and sometimes dangerous procedures such as gastric bypass surgery. Since its discovery in the 1950s by Dr. A.T.W. Simeons, there is hope for reaching a normal weight without starving yourself or resorting to risky surgical procedures. This treatment is a revolutionary clinical approach to the treatment of obesity, and here's the best part. It's easy, and weight loss is essentially guaranteed. This treatment, also referred to as the HCG diet, is based on obesity as a bodily disorder, and, like any disorder, must be understood before it can be properly treated. Understanding obesity. Dr. Simeons discovered there are three types of body fat, which are not all equal. 1. Structural fat. 2. Normal fat. 3. Abnormal fat. Structural fat is the fat tissue that encompasses your internal organs, cushions the bottoms of the feet, etc. It is crucial to one's health. Normal fat is the fat tissue stored for energy and used up when dietary calories from food are not available in the system. Abnormal fat is the fat tissue that is unattractive and never seems to go away, no matter how much diet and exercise one performs. This is true of people suffering from the disease obesity, whether one is morbidly obese or simply overweight. Obesity is a disease identified by Dr. Simeons with specific symptoms and is caused by an imbalance in the metabolism. If one has developed abnormal fat stores, traditional thinking holds that all one has to do is diet and exercise to get rid of this extra unattractive fat. But those that have tried and failed will tell you that diet and exercise doesn't work for them. For a normal, healthy person with a healthy metabolism, the excess fat stored on the body is able to be metabolized through diet and exercise. But when one's metabolism is off balance, this abnormal fat is not able to be metabolized by the body and never goes away. Therefore, diet and exercise, no matter the volume or intensity, is not able to correct this fundamental imbalance and the abnormal fat stays put. Worse still, if one does an intense program of diet or exercise, here's what happens. The body burns up muscle in an effort to get rid of the active tissue responsible for consuming the necessary diet calories. The body burns the structural fat needed for keeping the body healthy. The issue with eating too few calories, like on a low-calorie diet, or burning too many calories through long bouts of exercise, is that the tissue the body sheds is not the abnormal fat the person is trying to lose. This is apparent because joints start aching and the bottoms of the feet start hurting because the structural fat is being burned instead of the abnormal fat. HCG, in very low doses, helps the metabolism of this abnormal fat through a process that isn't well understood but has been proven effective 100% of the time. HCG helps stores of fat to be utilized efficiently and appears to work wonders on these abnormal fat stores, literally melting them away at between 0.4 and 2 pounds per day. However, for the abnormal fat to be burned off, one must adhere to a very low-calorie diet during the HCG diet protocol. Otherwise, extra calories being eaten are converted back into fat, and no net loss of body fat takes place. Those that have done the HCG diet have discovered that as the abnormal fat is being used by the body for fuel, because food calories aren't being consumed, these calories that enter the bloodstream from the burned fat prevent the dieter from feeling hungry. Since a pound of fat has 3,500 dietary calories, As one burns zero point 0.4 to 2 pounds of this abnormal fat per day, an extra 1,400 to 7,000 calories are entering the body as abnormal fat is being burned for fuel. There has been zero evidence that the small doses of HCG taken while on the HCG diet protocol is dangerous or even risky, except in cases of specific pre-existing hormonal imbalances. It is therefore recommended that the HCG treatment is only to be carried out after first seeking the approval of your doctor. If you have tried and failed with more conventional approaches to weight loss, then maybe it's time to consider the HCG diet as an alternative, especially if you have symptoms of obesity. Call us anytime at 1-877-888-3562 and find out how we can assist you in successfully achieving your weight loss goals.